Welcome to today's deep dive into one of the most sought-after houseplants, the Pink Princess Philodendron. With its striking variegated leaves, this plant has captured the hearts of plant enthusiasts worldwide. Not only is it visually stunning, but it's also relatively easy to care for and propagate. In this video, we will explore everything you need to know about propagating Pink Princess Philodendrons, whether through cuttings or division. So grab your gardening gloves and let's get started on growing your collection of these magnificent plants. Understanding the Pink Princess Philodendron. Before we jump into the propagation techniques, it's essential to understand the Pink Princess Philodendron's unique characteristics. This plant is a hybrid, primarily derived from the Philodendron erubescens. What makes it so special is its vibrant pink and green foliage, which varies from plant to plant. The variegation occurs due to a genetic mutation, making each Pink Princess unique in its pattern and coloration. These plants thrive in a warm and humid environment, which is essential to maintain their stunning appearance. They prefer indirect sunlight, as direct sunlight can scorch their delicate leaves. Understanding these requirements will help you create the best conditions for your Pink Princess and ensure successful propagation. Why propagate? You might wonder, why propagate your Pink Princess Philodendron? The answer is simple. Propagation allows you to expand your collection, share plants with friends, or even sell cuttings for a profit. Additionally, propagating your plant can help rejuvenate it, especially if it has become leggy or has lost some of its vibrancy. By taking cuttings or dividing the plant, you can encourage new growth and maintain a healthy, bushy appearance. Section 3, Tools and Materials. Before we begin the propagation process, let's gather all the necessary tools and materials. Here's what you'll need: sharp, clean scissors or pruning shears. This will ensure you make clean cuts without damaging the plant. Rooting hormone, optional. While not necessary, rooting hormone can enhance root development. Small pots or propagation containers. Ensure these have drainage holes to prevent overwatering. Well-draining potting mix. A mix designed for aroids works best, often containing peat, perlite, and orchid bark. Plastic wrap or a humidity dome. This helps maintain humidity for the cuttings. Water. If you choose to propagate in water, ensure it's clean and filtered. Having these materials ready will make the propagation process smoother and more efficient. Propagation through cuttings. Now, let's get into the step-by-step process of propagating Pink Princess Philodendrons through cuttings. This method is straightforward and very effective. Choose a healthy stem. Begin by selecting a healthy stem from your Pink Princess. Look for a stem that has at least one node, which is where new growth will emerge. Ideally, the cutting should be around 4–6 inches long and should include a few leaves. Make the cut using your sharp scissors or pruning shears. Make a clean cut just below the node. Be sure to cut at a slight angle, as this increases the surface area for root development. Prepare the cutting. If your cutting has multiple leaves, it's advisable to remove the lower leaves, leaving 1 or 2 at the top. This helps reduce moisture loss and allows the cutting to focus its energy on root development. Apply rooting hormone, optional. If you're using rooting hormone, dip the cut end of the stem into the powder. This step is optional but can help speed up the rooting process. Plant the cutting. Place the cutting in your prepared pot filled with well-draining potting mix. Make a hole with your finger or a pencil to ensure the cutting is planted deep enough for stability. Gently firm the soil around the cutting to secure it. Water and cover. After planting, water the cutting thoroughly until water drains from the bottom. To maintain humidity, cover the pot with plastic wrap or place it under a humidity dome. This will create a greenhouse effect, helping the cutting retain moisture. Provide indirect light. Place the cutting in a location with bright, indirect light. Avoid direct sunlight, as this can scorch the leaves and hinder root development. Monitor and care. Check the soil moisture regularly. It should remain damp but not soggy. Remove the plastic cover for a few hours each week to prevent mold and allow airflow. After a few weeks, you should begin to see new growth, indicating that your cutting has successfully rooted. Propagation in water. Another popular method of propagation for Pink Princess Philodendrons is water propagation. This method allows you to visually monitor root development. Prepare the cutting just like before. Select a healthy stem with a node and make a clean cut. Remove any lower leaves. Place in water. Fill a clear container with clean, filtered water. Place the cutting in the water, ensuring the node is submerged but the leaves are above the waterline. Find the right spot. Set the container in a location with bright, indirect light. Avoid direct sunlight to prevent algae growth in the water. Change water regularly to keep the water fresh and oxygenated. Change it every week. This prevents bacteria buildup and promotes healthy root growth. Monitor for roots. In a few weeks, you should see roots developing from the node. Once the roots are about 2-3 inches long, you can transfer the cutting to a pot with soil. Dividing a Pink Princess Philodendron. If you have a mature Pink Princess Philodendron, dividing it can be another effective way to propagate. This method is best suited for larger plants that have multiple stems. Prepare your tools. Gather your sharp scissors or pruning shears and a clean potting mix. Make sure your pots have drainage holes. Remove the plant from its pot. Carefully remove the Pink Princess from its pot, gently loosening the soil around the roots. Be cautious not to damage the roots during this process. Identify sections. Examine the root system and identify sections that can be divided. Each section should have at least one stem and a good amount of roots. Make the division using your scissors or hands. Separate the sections carefully. If the roots are tightly bound, you may need to cut through them. Make clean cuts to minimize damage. Replant the divided sections. Plant each divided section into its own pot with fresh potting mix. Ensure the roots are well covered and firm the soil around the base. Water and care. Water the newly potted sections thoroughly. Place them in a location with bright, indirect light and follow the same care routine as with cuttings. Post-propagation care. After propagating your Pink Princess Philodendron, proper care is crucial for their successful growth. Here are some tips to ensure they thrive. Humidity. Pink Princess Philodendrons thrive in high humidity. Consider using a humidifier or pebble tray to maintain moisture in the air. Watering. Water the plants when the top inch of soil feels dry. Avoid overwatering, as this can lead to root rot. Fertilizing. During the growing season, spring and summer, use a balanced liquid fertilizer every 4-6 weeks to promote healthy growth. Pruning. Regularly prune your plants to encourage bushier growth. Remove any yellow or damaged leaves to keep the plant healthy. Repotting. If your plant becomes root-bound, consider repotting into a larger container to give the roots more space to grow. Common issues and troubleshooting. As with any plant, you may encounter some issues while caring for your Pink Princess Philodendron. Here are some common problems and their solutions. Yellowing leaves. This can indicate overwatering or nutrient deficiency. Adjust your watering schedule and consider fertilizing. Leggy growth. If your plant becomes leggy, it may not be receiving enough light. Move it to a brighter location to encourage bushier growth. Pests. Common pests include spider mites, aphids, and mealybugs. Regularly inspect your plants and treat infestations with insecticidal soap or neem oil. Fading color. If the pink variegation is fading, it may be receiving too much direct sunlight. Adjust its location to ensure bright, indirect light. Conclusion. In conclusion, propagating Pink Princess Philodendrons is a rewarding and enjoyable process. Whether you choose to propagate through cuttings, water, or division, understanding the care requirements and common challenges will set you up for success. Remember to provide the right conditions and care for your new plants, and soon you'll have a beautiful collection to admire and share with others. Thank you for watching, and if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more plant care tips and tricks. Happy gardening! 4O Mini.